Dear learners, welcome to theme 6. You have come a long way in this course. So the topic we are going to discuss today is accept, appreciate, and be grateful. So now let us discuss about gratitude by remembering a story. It's the story of the bitter melon. Tarbouz? You may like tarbouz. So it's about Luqman and his master. Now in the old days, wealthy people owned slaves, and Luqman belonged to a very kind and loving master. So the master had witnessed this Luqman's devotion to him, and he would perform his duties with food, without failure, with total honesty, with loyalty, many years. The master was so devoted to Luqman as the slave was devoted to him. So you can see the relationship. That the master thought that he might even love his slave more than his own children. So although Luqman was only a slave, he had many qualities of a highly spiritual person. His master was so fond of him that he refused to touch any food before allowing Luqman to taste it first. If the slave did not eat what was offered to him by the master would throw the food away without touching it. So one day, an acquaintance brought a gift of a rare melon from his farm. He brought for the master. It was the end of the summer, but it's still hot. So Luqman decided to submerge the melon for a couple of hours in a shallow pool of water to cool it before serving it to his master that afternoon. So the day had cooled down and the master had got up from his afternoon nap. Then Luqman quickly brought the cool melon for his delight and enjoyment. So the master chose a long knife and cut a thin slice of the fruit. But as usual, before tasting it, he offered it first to his favorite slave, to Luqman. Luqman took the melon and gratefully bit into it. And in no time, he finished it with great satisfaction. When the master saw how much he had enjoyed the fruit slice, he cut another slice and gave it to him. Again, Luqman ate the second slice also with such a craving. And the master continued cutting the slices and giving to him again and again, and he was eating it. Finally, only one slice was left, and the master thought that it's better if he tasted himself. So, with great pleasure, the master took a bite of the delicious-looking melon, put in his mouth, but before he could even begin to chew it, his mouth was on fire. The melon was so bitter that the master's mouth was immediately covered in blisters, such that he could hardly breathe. Well, it took over an hour for him to regain his composure and speak. He said, "My dear man, how could you eat this entire melon, which was as bitter as poison, and smile at me with such joy in your eyes? Are you your own worst enemy?" He asked with great compassion in his words. So the slave, the Luqman, said, "My revered master, all my life you have fed me the most delicious foods. I was too ashamed to complain about this bitter melon, as it was the first time that you had given me something unpleasant. The reason for my whole existence is your benevolence. How could I possibly complain about one instance of being served, inedible food?" So friends, appreciation is more effective when it is taken to the next level, that is, to the level of gratitude. It is said that whoever has gratitude will receive more, and whosoever does not have it, even what he has will be taken away from him. One may think this is unfair. But how does it work? See, gratitude relates to the universal law of attraction. That is, the energy that holds all things together. That is law of attraction. It attracts atom particles to one another and guides the movement of the planets. It also influences our thoughts, our feelings, and these are also energy. So you attract to you whatever you feel or you think. According to this law, like attracts like, and you reap what you sow. And every action has an opposite and equal reaction. So, if you give thanks, you receive thanks. And your blessings multiply by day and by night. Such is the power of gratitude, that like a magnet draws more abundance to you. This is the law. Now, the lives of great human beings in the past are proof of this. So, the first step to have gratitude is to appreciate our relations, to appreciate our life, our friends, our situation. Appreciation and gratitude breaks the ice of estrangement that can freeze even the most cordial relationships. And collaboration paves the way for association and rendering service to one another. So, let us sum up what we have discussed in this session. First, we discussed about what is to be accepted and appreciated by me. I think that was the first topic that we discussed today. And then, how can I practice gratitude in my daily life? We had a number of stories, we had a number of examples that really practicing gratitude should become our way of life. You know, the situation you are is actually the dream situation. For many people are deprived of that. So let's appreciate our life. Let's appreciate, what we have. And let us express our thanks, our gratitude for them, both verbally and in action. Thank you.